We talk a lot about the need to reduce emissions, but new studies are also starting to look at the impact of non-emission pollution generated by our vehicles.
Well, everybody understands the pollutants coming out of the tailpipe. There's another category of emissions created by vehicles known as non-exhaust emissions. These emissions come from brake and tire wear, road abrasion, and dust resuspension. Most of these emissions, non-exhaust emissions, are particulate matter. Those non-exhaust emissions are composed of mineral material as well as a bunch of heavy metals, copper being one of them. Also, you might see lead and iron as well, among others. We don't understand what individual chemicals may be producing a health effect or reaction. We know things like lead and mercury are poisonous, so the amount of exposure to those metals through non-exhaust emissions may create a health effect. But right now, this understanding of these non-exhaust emissions are in its infancy, so there are studies going on to learn more about the amounts of emissions that come from non-exhaust and the health effects of these emissions. Non-exhaust vehicle emissions may indeed be significant compared to exhaust emissions. Studies that have gone underway in tunnels, for example, have found that at least 50% of the PM emissions from vehicles is actually non-exhaust. If we're trying to reduce the amount of PM coming out of the tailpipe, like black carbon or soot, we may be actually attributing what we measure in the monitors to exhaust when it's actually a non-exhaust emission. So these are things we need to know. Another way we may be able to reduce the amount of non-exhaust emissions is by keeping roads in better condition. A smooth pavement compared to a pothole pavement is going to affect less non-exhaust emissions. Any car on a road is going to have to turn its tires and step on the brakes. So what you might want to do is just reduce the amount of miles you're on the road.
Automobiles leave behind more than just exhaust emissions and non-emission pollutants. They contain steel, plastics, lead, and other compounds. As cars and trucks reach the end of their useful lives, what is the best way to dispose of them?
The landfill does not take whole tires. They will take them chipped or quartered, but they won't take whole tires. Tires are not necessarily hazardous as such. The problem they have is the landfill is into compaction. And so when trash goes out there, they have these big bulldozers and they compact it, smash it down. You can compact those and they smash down, and then a little bit later they spring back open. The Solid Waste District has a tire recycling day once a year. And it'll be on April the 12th. 2014, we'll have a tire recycling day at the Civic Center parking lot. First 4 tires are free. After that, I charge $1 per tire. Probably the worst thing is your battery in a vehicle. It contains, they're called lead acid batteries. Lead, serious problem. The oil and the antifreeze, those are not particularly good either. And the landfill doesn't want those either. They don't want any liquids at the landfill. The landfill won't take your car, your automobile. They don't want that. And why would you take it there anyway? Because you're going to have to pay them for it when you can take it to a scrapyard and they're going to pay you.
You can watch this and other archived episodes of Healthy Air, Healthy Communities on our website at video.wnin.org. You can also like us on Facebook. We hope you learned a lot about gas taxes and how they work. And remember, reducing the number of miles you drive can contribute to better air quality, not just by reducing emissions, but also by lessening the need for new roads and road maintenance. Join us next month for a live discussion of a Millennial Plan for 2040, a regional plan for sustainable development. That's Tuesday, February 25th at 7 p.m. on WNIN 9.1. This has been Healthy Air, Healthy Communities. Thanks for watching.
Funding provided by the U.S. Department of Transportation CMAQ program.